A long time ago, in a galaxy not so far away. That is what I'm going to be telling you about. The year is 1984, and I'll give you a little bit of history of what kind of things happened in that year, and because that is like one of the best years ever, because that was the year that I was born. So we're going to start talking about me. My name is Brian, and I was born on Monday, July 2nd, 1984, in Livonia, Michigan. And I'm a family of four. I had a dad who was working at Ford for maintenance, and a mom who was working for Action Party Sales, which is Tupperware. And then I had a sister who just turned 4 and was about to meet the coolest person she has ever known. And so, other things that kind of happened out in 1984. I'm going to start off with sports because I like sports a lot. So in baseball, the Detroit Tigers beat the San Diego Padres 4-1. In hockey, the Edmonton Oilers beat the defending Stanley Cup champions New York Islanders 4-1. The Boston Celtics beat the LA Lakers 4-3 in the NBA Finals. And then in Super Bowl 18, the LA Raiders beat the Washington Redskins 38-9. And then also in 1984, we had two Olympics. We had the Summer Olympics and the Winter Olympics. The Summer Olympics were held in LA, and the United States were the big winners there. They had 174 medals, 83 of them which were gold. And then in the Winter Olympics, the USSR, yes, the USSR, not Russia, not the Soviet, the USSR, had 25 medals. They did not win the most gold medals. That was West Germany. Yes, West Germany. Germany back then was West and East before the Berlin Wall came down years later. And that was in Sarajevo in Yugoslavia. The United States back then were not a giant powerhouse in the Winter Olympics. They only won 8 medals, 4 gold and 4 silver that year. Some other things that happened that year, some world news. Brunei became an independent state. We had a couple prime ministers over in our northern neighbors in Canada. We had John Turner and Brian Mulroney that were both prime ministers that got elected and appointed that year. And then the cult favorite, fan favorite, I guess you would say, Cirque du Soleil was founded in 1984. But back over to the States, some great things that happened in 1984. A lot of it was related to space. We had a couple space launches. Discovery and Challenger were both launched that year on Out of This World trips. We had a first female do a spacewalk, and then we also had the first untethered spacewalk. That kind of made some great news. The discovery of the AIDS virus was also in that year. And also in that year was the first ever MTV Music Video Awards. First Moon Men was there, and Madonna was probably the biggest person that made a splash in that one with her, I guess, risque type of performance that she did on the stage. Ronald Reagan was president and won his second term of presidency over Walter Mondale. And then the other big news was Marvin Gaye was shot by his dad. Some other things that happened that year, I want to talk about some births. Some big names that were born that year. We had Carmelo Anthony, who is a basketball star. Khloe Kardashian, the famous reality star. Mark Zuckerberg was born that year, the founder of Facebook. We had Prince Harry, royalty. LeBron James was born, another basketball star. Calvin Harris, who's a big musician right now. Katy Perry, another musician. Scarlett Johansson, had a birthday that year, was born that year. Catherine McPhee, one of the American Idol finalists, um, that that was born that year. And of course, I like hockey. I got to throw in a hockey player there. Rick Nash was born that year. Movies and music and kind of the entertainment type of things that were going on that year. We had Beverly Hills Cop, that was the biggest blockbuster. Ghostbusters, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, Gremlins, and The Karate Kid. Those were the top 5 that were grossing movies that year. And then music, Prince was huge. He had Purple Rain, which was a movie that came out that year. When Doves Cry was a song that came out. Footloose was another movie that was out there and big on the music side of things as well. We also had Girls Just Want to Have Fun, and who can blame them? And then I know now in 2016 the big hit is Hello by Adele, but back in 1984 it was Lionel Richie's Hello that was a big hit. Some of the things that have changed drastically from 1984 to now, back then, were the price of things. A postage stamp was roughly 20 cents. A loaf of bread was 71 cents. A gallon of milk was only $1.94. And you can fill up my tank anytime you want because a gallon of gas was just over $1 at $1.10, $1.15 roughly. So, other things that were kind of big there, the Dow Jones, over 15,000 points now. It was only 1,211 points in 1984. The average income for a person was around $21,000, and the average house was around $74,000. So a lot has changed since 1984, but mostly because I'm here now. That's probably one of the best things that are going on. So, as you can see, 1984 was a great year. It was an iconic year with movies and music and sports and all those wonderful things that happened with it. An influential year with the AIDS being discovered, space being a major exploration, and it was very meaningful for me, my family, my real family now, who I'm married to, because without 1984 I wouldn't be here. Thank you.